Dear friends, rape and murder of a 5-year-old girl in Karachi was followed by the motorway incident in Lahore. This was later followed by a rape of a 7-year-old girl in Rawalpindi. All these cases have once again resulted in public outrage, bringing out people to the streets. Others have been expressing their anger on social and mainstream media, calling out for rapists to be publicly hanged. Question is, will such punishments act as deterrents against future rapes? Is death penalty an answer to the issues of sexual violence in Pakistan? Will it make our country safer for women and children? There are arguments both in favor of it and against it. Proposition is hang the rapist. Those in favor of it argue that rapists are animals. They're not human beings. Human rights are for humans only. These rapists commit extreme brutality, hence they deserve extreme punishment. So hang them publicly. Those against the proposition argue that awarding a death sentence to rapists won't serve the purpose. It's not an answer. It may have a popular support, the support of the people, but it won't end the crime. And they have their arguments to justify it. First of all, not all rape cases catch fire on social media, but they are happening. In fact, most rape cases go unreported because victims won't file complaints. And this is because they don't trust the legal system and law enforcement agencies. In most number of other cases, the accused is known to the victim, a close relative maybe. This makes the victim less likely to report due to family pressure. Therefore, in countries like Pakistan, where legal system is harder on the victim than on the accused, and most cases of rape are dismissed due to lack of evidence, simply changing the nature of punishment will not deter criminals. Secondly, death penalty can lead to more violence. When it is clear to the rapist that death penalty is due, he will make sure the victim is left dead, because in both cases the punishment will be same. Therefore, instead of acting as a deterrent, it will turn a rapist into a rapist and a murderer. The criminal justice system in Pakistan is for the weak only. It's tough on the poor section of the society. Big fish always get away with crimes. What happened to Mukhtar case? In 2002, she was gang raped on the orders of the village council. An anti-terrorism court sentenced 6 men to death for rape. But in 2005, Lahore High Court cited insufficient evidence and acquitted 5 out of 6 men and converted the punishment of the 6th man to life sentence. Mukhtar appealed, but the Supreme Court too upheld the decision in 2011. Kainat Sumro, a 13-year-old schoolgirl, was kidnapped and gang raped for 4 days. Her protest led to the murder of her brother, and her rapists still remain at large. So who will ensure that death penalty is across the board, making no distinction between the weak and the powerful in Pakistan? Finally, awarding death penalty to rapists means that rape is a crime equal to death or worse than death. Already a stigma is attached to it, and mostly the victim is blamed. People believe that rape is the worst thing that can happen to a woman, after which she loses her honor and has no place to live in a society. Such is the intensity, as it was later known that the victim of the motorway incident had pleaded with the police for the case not to be made public. Hence, equating it with death will only make matters worse for the victims of rape crime. In the light of this discussion, what is needed is the strengthening of the criminal justice system to curb the increasing cases of rapes in Pakistan. In short, public hangings have no place in civilized societies. According to Rima Umar, legal advisor South Asia for International Commission of Jurists, even countries that allow chemical castration, they do it in regulated manner, and they do it in consultation with doctors and psychologists. The objective, she says, is rehabilitation and not an exemplary punishment as suggested by our Prime Minister. What we fail to understand is that what happened to the victim of motorway incident is not because the criminals had sexual urges. The crime was committed because the perpetrators knew that there is less than 5% chance that they will be convicted. Therefore, it is the certainty of punishment, not its severity, that acts as a deterrent to any crime.